What's the matter? You never seen a poet clown? Let me see what we can find. Well, not sure what we should go by first. Well, let's see. Faded memories. Still trying to live on all the memories of our long-dated past. Holding on to the good times, just hoping they would last. Wishing we could capture that love we used to know. Wondering if I should stay with you or finally let you go. The sorrow that I feel from the pain of a broken heart. There's so much that I need to say to you, but I don't know where to start. My mind tells me that it's time to go. My heart is all confused. And my soul just keeps on saying no. I most, I miss the most of closeness that we used to feel. As days are long and nights, I'm always missing you. Sleeping in a king size bed, I feel like I'm all alone. And although we are both right here, there's never anybody home. And if you listen to the silence where the laughter used to be, you can hear the teardrops falling from my eyes down to my feet. The love I felt for you through all the hurtful lies are fading faster every day as I start to realize that you and I are only shadows of a love that used to be, just a figment of my imagination, only a dream while I sleep. For we were over long ago as the sands of time rained down, just a faded photograph on a wall of our broken home. That was Faded Memories. Let me think what we can do next. Let's see here. Well. What do we got next? Let's see here. Smile like you did something wrong. Have you ever noticed the devil, who's the epitome of evil, has not been seen for quite some time now, since man himself has started to create his own hate and evil, and has for a very long time now. We fight over a religion which man created in the first place to control the masses and their money, looking at some of those television evangelists. Don't get me started, just keep on reading to read what I wrote about when through our own ignorance of uneducated bigotry we separated ourselves by the color of our skin, not ever knowing what lies within, or where we may be from. I mean, come on, after all, it is one planet with one race, the humankind, and all the citizens of Earth. We treat women differently, almost as they are lower class than men, even though they can do everything the same and then some. And of course, it's because of that they wear the pants in the family. I believe the greatest of evil is greed and the lust for power. In my opinion, which accounts for nothing at all, is the number one sin causing most of our problems that plague us today. Why? People lost their damn minds for it. They will lie for it, die because of it, hurt or even kill anyone to get it, steal to have it, sell themselves to someone else's body to touch it. Why even the churches do what they can to keep it. Let's listen in on a private conversation I heard once. Praise be God, told me at a golf course the other day playing 18 holes of Trump and Al Gore that we need to feed the little children, house the homeless, and help the less fortunate. So I'm starting a church of my own, tax free, as they fly around in their $1 million Lear jets and drive cars that only the wealthy can get, living in 100-room mansions that could house and feed whole countries, while spewing out Bible verses to play on your hearts as tears fall down, telling the story how they were. And it works, as they are collecting billions of dollars of your hard-earned cash, even credit cards, taking checks and more. Then we have the big corporations buying out, underselling mom and pop owned stores ran for 10 generations that only care about the bottom line and paying back investors who gave thousands, expecting millions in return, while moving all those jobs to third world countries. Harley Davidson, who used children for slave labor, making only pennies a day. And you know what? That is not okay. Ask the devil, have you learned anything? See, the devil was a one-man company, but Big Pharmaceutical fired him because he did not make sense. That devil only got a few hundred souls when the government created all those drugs like PCP and heroin, collecting millions of souls by addiction, then arresting you, making money on the bondsmen, and placing you in chains as they sell you into modern-day slavery in the prison system. Did not President Abraham Lincoln win? See, I can go all day writing down everything to show you that we are now the number one official top of the field, uno mas creators of hate and evil of our own. Sad affliction, living a lie in our perdition, so what are we going to do? I'm not sure, for I'm only one man that no one listens to anyways. So all I can say is smile every day and to everyone you meet. Try to let go of as much hate as you can and make love to everyone. It's much easier, you see. Then let's start a boycott of those companies who are unfair to their employees. For 1 week, believe me, they'll know that we are all here watching. Then shake hands with all you around you, no matter what race, religion, or gender, or even color of the skin. For it is only just a costume given us to by man above. For the truth is, what matters most is what we have inside of us, our hearts, minds, and souls. Oh well, as you and me are all the same, so don't even try. It is all so very easy, you see. I can't do it. I can't. If I can do it, so can you. And then you teach your children, and it becomes the thing to do. And then hopefully we can right all the injustices of this world today on one last thing. Just plain smile like you did something wrong. That's what I got to say today. Anyway, thanks, Mom. And my mom tell me I'm weird and stuff. So, I know a lot of people are afraid of clowns. I don't know why. I'm just clowning around today. So, whatever. I felt bored. But anyway, let's go with the next one. Let's see. Okay. It's called Standing 6 Feet Away. They say that ignorance is just a breeding ground for fear, which then turns to hate. We all know is true. And if you look back all throughout the violent history of mankind, there has always been a fear of something different, the unknown, or what, or whoever disrupted the status quo. It is just one of those many flowers that run deep in the veins of humanity since the beginning of all time. And even here, right now, today, when you take a look around, the world is so obvious to see. We have the fear of another religion, culture, race, and the color of another man's skin. Is only just the obvious one, so therefore I do firmly believe that out of fear, stupidity is born. For it seems the world is going a little bit crazy over something that's called the coronavirus or COVID-19. Hell, I'm not scared at all. Either way, because, first of all, I don't have any lines besides that drink course anyways. Humans were never meant to be alone. In fact, we are very social beings who need to feel the warm touch of another human skin on our own, or the sweet taste of someone else's lips when they come together to kiss, or even look into some beautiful eyes or another deep down into their souls. But look at us now. We're all hiding in our houses like cats and mice, quarantined into seldom seen boredom. And whenever we do step outside, we look at each other now with those uneasy, terrified glances behind blue, white, or yellow rubber gloves and doctor's masks, praying hard that nobody will spot us, then come close, or make any type of advances towards us. And when they do, we turn and run as fast as we can back home to shower and disinfect. Imagine that, the whole world has stopped. No fighting, no wars. No, it's worse. We listen to the news as it was a horror movie, scaring ourselves to brink of suicide as we run and hide from a tiny little virus that has been here for ages. When all we need to do is follow our mama's rules. Wash your hands, your face, then don't forget to rip your feet behind your ears. Don't rub your eyes or pick your nose, Junior. Get that out of your mouth. You don't know where it's been. Yeah, hopefully not China. That's for sure. Hell, they took us out without even raising a gun in a matter of weeks, months. What happens next year when COVID 20 and 21 come along? I'm afraid our way of life has now changed forever. The way we think has been altered. We will now live in the shadow of fear, which is just a few short steps from hate. Everything we knew is gone. We'll have a little less freedom to move around and dating. That'll be fun, wearing full gear protection. I guess it's better than a condom with the new social distancing. Kind of hard to dance at a high school prom or holding hands at the park, or saying goodbye to a loved one who they depart, or watch the winning goal or a home run at a children's game, especially when you're standing 6 feet away. That's my COVID one there. I like it. It's pretty good. Anyway, I guess that's all I got to say today. Maybe. Well, let's see here. I know we got more going on. I got a lot. I got right too much. Here's my brand new one. Very brand new. I just wrote it last night. It's called How Very Sad. How very sad it must be for you to live in a world of fantasy laid by your hands, brick by brick, body by body, and card after card. One that is built on nothing more than the foundation of all your lies and the many untruths that have passed through your lips. A world in which you are a ruler, a queen of spades, living in a house made of cards where it's so cold and dark there is no light since you have no hearts. Working so damn hard to barely have to work at all, Black Widow spider spinning her web made up of drama and deceit, catching men to abuse in every which way until it's time to eat, devouring them all from head to toe slowly until there's nothing more but the dried up remains of what used to be a man. Then savoring the souls for the last, since you don't have none of your own. You are a child of a demon and even the devil himself, who looks like an angel, but instead of heaven, you live down in hell below. For the only love you'll ever love is not for a child, because you can only love yourself. Always using people to get what you want, a natural born freeloader who never pays for rent, then uses the state to pay for everything else. Stealing from anyone, no matter if they're a friend or foe, you take what you want, whether it's cash or moral. Always keeping secrets you keep to yourself, making plans with others for just you and them, spending all your money all on yourself, knowing that there are bills to pay, but instead you buy paying bills. Become a great online shopper with boxes delivered daily, stacked up at the door, sleeping all day long until I leave from work. And then you start to sweep and pick up, acting like you've been cleaning all day long, acting like you're tired or hurt. So now I'm working twice as hard while buying cigarettes and tobacco for all those underage teenagers and your own son. I really do often wonder if you ever feel anything at all. I mean, I hear you crying, but I never see a tear at all. But I'm not mad for what you've done to me. I do not feel any anger at all, actually. I kind of feel sorry for you because I do have a heart and a soul. And the saying goes, is it not better to have loved and lost than to have never really loved at all? Yep, that's the new one. Let me see here. Well, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. All right, here we go. How many miles? How many miles in your life do you think you've been driving down the highway with your family or maybe all your friends? Going here and even there like the tides that ebb and flow. We walk to school and drive to work damn near most of our lives, as you know. We ride a bike down to the park until the lights come on or take a bus on a trip to destinations unknown. Always moving on the go like a stairway to heaven or maybe the highway to hell. Running away for something but always looking for the path back home. I have so far in my life traveled over 31.5 billion miles in my 54 rotations around the beauty of our sun. 19,780, wait a minute, 19,723 days along with the sight spinning around the moon, searching for something that I have been looking for throughout the stars above, always wishing yet finding nothing but the last remains of what was called true love. It's like I keep hearing a very loud ticking, and that's not the beating of my heart. Always running from the hands of time and the shadows of the past, hiding from the forgotten memories of a life gone by way too fast. Maybe one day, my path will take me back to where I came, where time means nothing at all, and all those miles I've traveled will be nothing more than the setting sun. Once upon a time is the way it started, with happily ever after the way I wished it would have ended, as our hearts started beating to the very same song that had written together so long ago. And even though you may have forgotten all the words in the tune, the music still and always will keep playing deep down in my soul. Just as the melody, along with the memories, will forever play like a full-blown symphony in my mind, that's exactly how I would describe all of you and I today. Because before we met, our lives were separated by many miles of land and ocean through all the fabric of time, and who knew that, as fate would have it, we would meet, causing all the falling stars to realign above us, creating an atmosphere of chaos and confusion which somehow forced us to spend time and feeling on one another to really get to know each other. And that is when we began to share the words to a very beautiful song about love, when our hearts began playing to the same tune, beating out all the rhymes and rhythms, documenting the reasons of that beautiful winter season, when our souls started dancing closely together under the stars, the moon, heaven, and all the angels above. You think I wrote that for someone, but I didn't. I didn't write this about any one individual at all, but for all of you, my many fans, friends, family, and all those who supported me through all the ink that I have spilled over the past many years. Thank you for all the amazing likes, love, comments, reviews, and most of all, reading and listening to what I've had to say. You've all been there through the wars and the battles, the fights that I have fought with my demons, my relationships, and even myself. We have laughed, we have cried, we have shed our tears on many nights and joy and happiness on countless others. But I finally believe that it's time for me to slow down, smell the roses, spend more time with those that I love, go fishing here, sit under a shade tree and fall asleep. Step back a little from social media and finally take care of me, myself, and I, so that I might come back to spill an entire ocean for all of you to read. I will continue to write, for God placed that well in my soul. It is who and what I am, an author, a poet, and a friend, someone who does understand about living in the shadow of depression, the fear with my PTSD and the pain of broken hearts, and of course the truth about real love, which I believe, like the dinosaurs, has gone extinct, never to return. So I am stepping back a little. I'm not writing as much. I'm trying to take care of myself and things that are going on around me. I miss my family. I miss my brother. I miss my sister, who I haven't seen in many years. I miss my friends back home, back in California in Simi Valley. And I just miss everyone at all, actually. Ryder's doing great now. He's grown, playing football. His team is 5-1, and he is becoming an all-star by right. He has opened up, and he is really taking the bull by his horns finally. I love that little boy, but I also love my other boys too, who I miss very, very much. Michael, Brian, and Cody. And if they ever see this or hear this or watch this, maybe they'll forgive me and give me a call. I'd really like to talk with them sometime. Anyway, folks, I think that's it for me tonight in my new casa. I'm tired and I'm sore. I hope you all have a good evening and be safe, love each other, and forget about hate, because love is so much easier. Good night.